Hi there, it's Sandra here from Create in Spain. I fancied making some flowers to go on the front of a card. I think they're quite pretty. Hope you like them as well. And they're actually really quite easy to make. So the very first thing that I need is some white string. And what you do is you cut off a length that gives you plenty of length for the stalk that you want to have, okay? And then you get an alcohol marker and you colour it whatever colour takes your fancy. Now these things here, there's a little green bit that goes underneath the flower. So again, I'm going to colour this in green. The stuff that I'm using to cut out my pieces is this stuff. It's embroidery backing. It's used for machine embroidery. It's not particularly thick. It is, however, extremely tough, extremely durable. You can wash it, you can iron it, you can colour it with inks, with watercolours, with whatever you like. You can spray paint it, you can airbrush it, do what you like. You can use food colouring on it. Whatever you like to get the colour that you want. All the petal shapes are the same, but they're in different sizes. Now, what I recommend is that you do this either in the morning or in the evening and let them dry before you assemble. There we go. So I've got a purple one this time. Right, now the other thing for this is it's a little bit floppy, it needs to be stiffened. Just get some PVA glue. Now I've got a fast drying one here. Most PVA glues are pretty fast drying, to be honest. And I'm just going to put a bit of glue. Whoops. Oh, that was definitely caught, wasn't it? And I'm just going to put it down the length of the stalk. So you can let that dry. This stuff, it's designed for young children to use. It's a clay foam. Now this stuff is absolutely brilliant, very cheap. It weighs next to nothing because it is a foam. And you just take a piece off of it and roll it into a ball. So what I would do is to stick this into my little blob. In fact, I'm just going to wrap it around there. Do it that way. Now, I did try doing it with these little tips already dried. The trouble was trying to actually get the string into it when it's quite small wasn't very easy. It'll be easier if you put the string on and then make your shape. So this one, I'm going for a roundish blob. I'm going to flatten it a little bit. Just give it a press over with that just to add some texture. Now I would leave that to dry, preferably overnight, and then you can colour it with alcohol markers in the same way that you use them to colour the petals. Now this is quite wet at the moment because when I put mine away, you don't want it to dry out. And so what I do is I spritz it with water and then I wrap it up and then I put it inside the original container. I spritz more water into that container and then I seal it up tight. And that way it isn't all dried and hardened the next time you go to use it, hopefully. So that's why that was a little bit sticky, because I hadn't anticipated getting it out again and it's been spritzed with water. So this is very, very simple to put together now. Now I'm sure, in the file, I'm sure I put a little hole through the centre of this. So you just want to get something sharp and to put a hole in the centre if it hasn't already got one. It's not rocket science, is it? So put that to one side and just put a blob of glue on here. Now if you want to wrap it around the centre, then put a bit more glue further out towards the edge of the petals. But if you just want to put it in the centre and have it sort of flatter, then don't put as much glue on. Just make sure you put the stalk through the hole and slide it down. And then you take your green bit and you put some glue on this one. If you can hear children screeching in the background, our neighbours have young children and they're excited to be out playing in the pool probably. They haven't started throwing each other in the pool yet, so it's happy screeching and not the nasty kind. And there we have a little flower. So if you want to do one of the buds, you simply make it into a teardrop shape with a piece which is wider at the base and pointed at the top, and more glue up around here, and then you just simply press it around the center and you will get the bud look. I'm just going to crimp the petals so they don't look so regimented. There we are. And we have a little flower. I would leave that to dry. Obviously it still needs to have that coloured, and normally I would colour that before I assembled the flower. So you can make those in whatever colour you fancy and just have some really cute, wild looking flowers for your next project. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you again soon.